Sure, I want to be a star someday when I act in movies. My mama said life was like a box of chocolates. You never know what you're gonna get.
Wow, that's really good, Evan. You sounded just like Forrest Gump. I, on the other hand, am going to be a star someday when I become a famous singer. Twinkle, twinkle, little star, how I wonder what you are.
Krista, you're really good. We may just be the next American Idol.
Evan and Krista, you two are very talented, but that's not exactly what I meant. Let me put it another way. What do you think it means to reach for the stars?
Maybe it means to go boldly where no man has gone before. You know, like Star Trek, traveling into space where real stars live.
Or maybe in the words of Buzz Lightyear, like, to infinity and beyond. Dun, dun, dun.
Well, I'm not so sure the TV and movie quotes are exactly explaining what it means to reach for the stars. I heard a quote once by Harriet Tubman that might help us figure this whole thing out. She said, "Every great dream begins with a dreamer. Always remember you have within you the strength, the patience, and the passion to reach for the stars to change your world."
Hey, I remember studying Harriet Tubman in social studies. She was an escaped slave in the mid-1800s. I think Harriet Tubman really lived her words by leading hundreds of slaves to freedom. As a conductor on the Underground Railroad, for 8 years, she literally reached the stars, specifically the North Star, to help guide her and other slaves safely.
I agree, Evan, but even more, Harriet Tubman reached for the stars by living out her dream of helping others that were in an incredibly awful situation created by slavery in the South. She showed that she had the strength, patience, and passion to achieve her dream of reaching for the stars and changing her world.
So, I guess reaching for the stars has something to do with achieving goals and being all that God created us to be?
I think you might be onto something, Krista. In Philippians 2:15 it says that you may be blameless and innocent, children of God without blemish in the midst of a crooked and twisted generation, among whom you shine as lights in the world.
It sounds like God has a special plan for us, a plan to stand out in the world in a positive way.
That's pretty cool to think that God believes in us so much that we could be used by Him to make the world a better place.
It sure does, Krista. I suppose now that we are finishing up elementary school and preparing to move on to middle school, we need to think about how we are going to change for how we want to reach for the stars in the next phase of our lives. How are we going to change our middle school world?
Sophia, I read a Bible verse that might help us. It was from Philippians 2:14 through 15. It says, "Do everything without complaining or arguing, so that you may become blameless and pure, children of God without fault in a crooked and depraved world generation, in which you shine like stars in the universe."
No complaining or arguing? Isn't that a little bit impossible? I mean, there are a lot of kids at school, and well, we don't always get along with each other, if you know what I mean.
We know what you mean.
However, I think the verse is really just saying, we as people who love God, we need to act differently than those who don't love God. Also, people see God in us if we act badly all the time.
So, reaching for the stars involves living our lives in a way that shows other people that we love God and that God loves them.
By George, I think she's got it.
Hey, now who's quoting lines from movies?
That's a line from a movie. Who knew?
Well, it sounds like we have a lot of work to do in the future.
Yes, we do, Krista. But fortunately, we have friends, teachers, parents, and most importantly, God to guide us along the way.
Knowing that God is right beside me makes me feel confident, like I can actually reach those stars.
You are right, Evan. Middle school, high school, and the rest of my life doesn't seem so scary when you put it that way.
I think we're going to be all right, especially if we remember to always hide God's words in our heart.
Hey, Krista and Sophia, remember that memory verse we had this year from Proverbs 3:5-6? How did it go?
I remember, trust in the Lord with all your heart. Lean not on your own understanding. In all your ways acknowledge Him, and He will make your path straight.
That's a great verse. Jesus guides us throughout our entire lives. You can never go wrong when you're putting all your trust in God. He wants us to set our goals high so we can be the best we can be at whatever He leads us to be.
I can't wait to see what God has planned for me.
Me either. I know that with God's guidance, I can truly be able to accomplish my goals.
Exactly. And when we are working at being who God creates us to be, we will truly, say it with me,
Reach for the stars!